welcome back and thanks for joining me today. Today we are going to learn about the wood block. Now, some of you probably already know what the wood block is, but for those of you who don't know what a wood block is, it looks something like this. It is literally a wooden block. I mean, it's the name describes exactly what it looks like. It is a percussion instrument. That means you hit it. So this is what it looks like and this is what it sounds like. So that's the wood block. It looks really fancy, but there's actually kind of a bit of interesting facts about that, which we will get into today. So believe it or not, the wood block is actually made out of a single piece of wood. So that means that all of this is one piece of wood. It's not a whole bunch of different pieces of wood put together. It's one piece of wood. In order to play it, you use a mallet and you just hit it. In Western culture, this is known just as a wood block. But although in Western culture we call it a wood block, it's got its roots in Chinese history as well. It's related to the bantang beaters used by the Han Chinese, and which is why people call these things, actually some people will call these the Chinese wood block instead of the wood block. I've never heard of it called that way, but I have heard people do call them that. So I call it the wood block. Some other people might call it the Chinese wood block for that reason. Now, believe it or not, the wood block here is not the only kind that are used around the world. In Africa, in the Pacific Islands, there's actually two different kinds of wood blocks they use. One of them is called a log drum, and it looks something like this. And I think I'll bring it a little closer so you guys can see it. So you can see it's still got the slits here, which gives it that open resonating sound, but it's really big and it's played with giant mallets instead of just a little stick. Another one that they would use in Africa and the Pacific Islands are called the slit drum, and it looks very similar to that, except it's made out of bamboo, which is really neat. Another instrument also related to the wood block comes from China. It's called the muyu, okay? I hope I'm pronouncing that right, the muyu. And it looks something like this. And I'll bring that closer to you as well so you can see. So the muyu is obviously a different shape and a different size, and it's got some really nice carvings on it. Really, really pretty to look at. Now, it's also a rounded wood block, and it's carved in the shape of a fish. And very similar to the wood block that you see here with me today, you hit it with a stick. Same with the African log drum that I showed you. You hit them all with a stick. So what causes that nice resonating sound? Well, it's because of these open slats here. Okay, you've got two. You've got one on this side and one on this side. If they didn't have those slats, if you hit it, it wouldn't sound like anything. It would just sound like you're hitting a piece of wood. But because it has those open sections, that's what gives it that nice open sound. All right. And that's the history or interesting facts about the wood blocks. Thank you so much for joining me today. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.